One of the things that people always ask us for here at the Garden Center is recipes to create a beautiful pot, and for your deck or for your front steps. And we wanted to take you through one of our recipes for the fall. Great plants for the fall. I want you to think slightly outside of what you normally think of, which are our pumpkins and our mums. These are always great, but we want to throw in a couple other types of plants that you might have thought about. But we are going to start with one of our big pots here. I'm going to need a big pot of soil here to get that filled. So we're going to start by filling this guy up. All right. Level that guy off. All right, and I'm going to start with one of our mums. One of the things that I like to look for when I'm trying to pot up one of my plants is a nice tight beginning here, a nice tight bud. This is going to give me quite a few weeks of flower for me to enjoy. And I'm going to slide that off. You can see some nice root structure here on this mum. We want to break that apart just a little bit, kind of encourage it to flush some more roots out. And I'm going to put that right in the back kind of third here. Now, normally when we talk about planting a container, we want our tallest thing to be directly in the middle. But for me, I want this to be on my front steps, kind of against my door. So I want all of the color to kind of be in the front. So I'm going to push this more towards the back compared to what I normally would do. Okay. Next, I have some celosia. I just love this like fuchsia pink color of the bright kind of cone-like flower. And there are 3 plugs in here. I might separate those out and move them around. I'm going to give this pot a nice squeeze, pop that out. And again, you can see the nice root structure in here. I'm going to break that apart and I'm going to separate these. Nice and gentle when I pull. There we go. So now I've got this one I can work with and these guys as well. I'm going to put these guys down for a second. Okay, I'm going to pop that in here. I'm going to get some extra soil. If you have a bag at home, like I do here, you can take and use the empty pot to kind of just push in some soil, spill in some soil on the back here, get these guys set up. We don't want them wiggling around too much. All right, so now I've got these guys in. I'm going to come over here to the other side, pop some of that celosia in over here. Separate these guys out a little bit. Again, be careful when you pull. We don't want to damage the root structure. All right. I'm going to pop in this last celosia kind of here in the middle. All right, next, oh, I got them all dirty. Next, I love these purple peppers. I don't know if these are peppers that are super fun for eating, but they just have the nicest color on them, this nice like little purple texture. Again, I'm gonna squeeze these guys in. These guys are gonna go right here in the middle, right in front of my mum. Give them a little separation too. Let's pop this guy right here in the middle. Get a good push down. One of the things that we always look for is a nice spiller. This guy is Goldilocks, okay? Gives it a nice little extra frill over the edge. Let's pop that guy in right there. Look how nice that looks. That bright green against this beautiful blue pot looks awesome too. Kind of reminds me of Cousin It from the Addams Family. All right, and then something that people really don't think about for the fall time, but I love to use it in the fall, are pansies. We normally think of them as a spring flower here in the Northeast. However, they are tiny and mighty and strong. So these guys can weather some serious weather. Also, they come in so many different cool colors, and I was kind of going with this like white, purple, pink kind of theme. So we've got some of those nice colors in here as well. Don't forget to break that root structure up. And we're going to push these guys right in here. There we go, one more to round out our pot. Give it a good little shake. We're looking for any spots that need to really be filled in. Like in the back here. Make sure everybody's tucked in nice. And don't forget, once you go ahead and plant any of these guys, you want to give it a nice good water soak with your hose or with your watering can, just so that it's got a great foundation to thrive throughout the rest of your fall. All right, so I have another container recipe for us to talk about today. Again, we're sticking with some of those classic fall looks. Things that we're going to add in here today are going to be some of our fall colored mums. We have little purple asters here. I just love the colors combination that goes with this. We have some really dark purple peppers here. We have an ornamental cabbage. And we have some sedum. Sedum is going to be a good bonus for everybody if you decide to put these in your container, because these are a perennial. After your container is finished, what you can do is you can pop this guy out, plant them right into the ground, and this is a great pollinator for your garden too. Honeybees love this guy. We love our pollinators. All right, so let's start with our tallest one. I'm going to put these guys more towards the back here today. Again, when I am looking at creating a container, I'm thinking about the space that I want this container in. This is a space that is going to be like in a corner, kind of like off a deck or something like that. And I want this kind of to be the taller plant with some of these in the shorter ones in the front. So what we're going to do is we're going to squeeze this guy out. Again, he's got some great root structure. Always break up your root structure a little bit. Encourage it to start growing out and not be stuck in that circular shape. This guy's going to go right here in the back for me. Next, I'm going to take this sedum in. It's a little bit shorter than this mum, so I'm going to kind of place it here and try to put my cabbage here on an angle kind of facing out. If you do use sedum, just be careful because they are kind of in the succulent family, so they have soft stems. We want to make sure that we don't break our plant before we have the opportunity to get it in here. Again, with it being a perennial, if you did break off some, it's going to be okay because you're going to ultimately plant this bad boy in the ground later on. All right, getting our beautiful cabbage. Next, look at that. It's got like the full structure. These guys get started actually in June. Out in our field with our mums. All right, and I'm going to purposefully plant this guy on an angle like this, so kind of we get the rose pattern of the cabbage like that. I'm going to go back through and I'm going to dump some extra soil in here when I'm finished too. All right, let's take some aster here. I'm going to break off a lot of this extra soil because I'm running out of space and I want all of these things in here. Get that guy tucked in nice and tight. I love this dark purple, kind of goes really well with everything that I got going on here. Some pinks and purples. Everybody thinks about fall as being oranges and yellows. I tend to gravitate towards the pinks. All right, let's get this guy kind of tucked in the middle here. And then I'm going to throw some spillers in here. Those are my Goldilocks. To find great spillers in the fall, and Goldilocks really fits that bill for me. Those lime green leaves, they really stand out. see. Oh, we're gonna shove that guy right in there. All right, now we've got a nice full planter here. One of the big things you have to remember though, even when you have a full planter like this, is to make sure that we fill in any little gaps in the soil here. We don't want the roots to dry out on us. So then the plant is not absorbing as much water as it needs. All right, give this guy a good shake off. I'm gonna take this little guy and I'm gonna plop him right in here. A little peekaboo of a pumpkin. And there you have it. We have a nice little fall container garden. Another recipe to add to your arsenal.